On. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Clarity to Money free live webinar. And I'm going to just share my screen and I'm going to bring this up and get this going here. And if this thing will move, bear with me. Okay, we are off and away. Wonderful to have you guys here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep you guys muted for the moment so that I can just get stuck into it, and I will unmute you when we get into it. So welcome to the 90-minute live webinar, Clarity to Money, more clients, more referrals, more sales. Today I am going to go through over the next 90 minutes how we can turn your lights on, have you get clearer, more energized, so you can go and start manifesting more of the success that you want in business life. How's that for a title? Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, let's continue on. First thing I want to do, guys, is I really want to say congratulations for you guys for showing up, and I'd like you to give yourselves a pat on the back. Pat on the back. Here we go. Come on, I can see you. All right, give yourself a pat on the back because, as I say, I always talk about it for those who know me. Well, you are part of the 3% club, right? I speak to people every day. I see people every day that are in struggle. They're in confusion. They don't know what to do, yet they don't go and do anything different. You know, they keep doing the same old thing, or they go and do something. But what we're going to talk about today is why they don't apply it, because I know a lot of you in this webinar room have a wealth of knowledge, but would it be fair to say that there could be some gaps in what we do to actually apply the things we need to do? Yes? Okay, very good. Thanks for being honest. All right, so let's continue on, and I'm going to share a little bit about this guy. Who's Trevor Russell? Okay, so as you would know me, this is one of my earlier photos, and no, just kidding. All right, so I mean, not too bad, right? Okay, so guys, a little bit about me. I know a lot of you in this webinar do know me, but a lot of you don't know me. So for those of you who have just joined me and we're just getting to know each other today, I'd just like to give you a couple of minutes on who I am. So who's Trevor Russell? Look, I don't want to make this about me, but just so you know a little bit of background on myself. My professional background is actually corporate marketing and advertising. I used to live in Sydney. In 2000, went on to decide to, anyone read the Robert Kiyosaki books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad books? Well, those books really changed my life. And so I really went on to learn about how to become an entrepreneur, how to work for myself, and that's what I decided to do. I went and learned how to build my own business, and I did that. I built a very successful finance consulting business. Someone's on their phone. Is that you, Sonia? I'll just mute you.
No.
Okay, someone is. All right, so excuse me, guys, a little bit of the technical stuff we do, right? Okay, so mute all. And then I'm going to unmute you guys all in a second. All right, so let's continue. All righty, so just quickly on me, you know, the great thing was I set a goal to be financially independent. 2017, I kicked that goal, had a 6-figure income coming in. And then this thing called the GFC came along. Anyone hear about the GFC? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that smashed me, right? My business was about borrowing money for people from banks, and I pretty much lost everything. Pretty much had a breakdown, which was pretty tough. I then went on to go stay at my mum's for a while, go and recoup at mum's. And I was laying on the bed one day and I really thought, I was there thinking, what is it that I want to do? I was at this point where everything that I'd done for 9 years had really changed. And I decided that I wanted to go and figure out what it was that Trevor Russell wanted to do with himself. So I put pen to paper and I realized a couple of things. I love people. I love working in business. I know a few things about sales and marketing and helping people to make money. So I decided to go on to do coaching, training, speaking. I went on to write a coaching program. I've gone on to help lots of great companies that I'm so proud to work with. And I'll share bits and pieces about that today with you, where we've achieved anywhere from kind of 20% up to 3,000% sometimes increase in sales. And what I want to share with you guys today is a lot of what I'm going to show you, you may already know. And for some of it, it might be, wow, I didn't know that, because we are in a very different business world, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you're all feeling it, and I will get to speak to all of you in a moment. We'll get to find out about each other. But cut a long story short, I went on. I love my business. I love helping people, and I really do work hard for them to get a result. And I'll share some ways that we might be able to do more work together later. I've put something together, and if we do, that is my number one commitment with all my clients, is to really help them get a high return on investment and get a result. We don't just have nice chit chats. So let's continue on. Enough about me. Let's find out about you guys. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute you guys. So if there's any dogs, kids, television, anything that is going to go crazy when I undo this, it'd be really appreciated if you could put the kids in the cupboard, put some tape around the dog's mouth, and let's see how we go. Just kidding. Okay. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. We've got Debbie.
Hey, Trev.
And Bill, Chris, Jeff, Jessica, Kasia, Mark, Melissa, Sonia, Amihan. Wow, what a great show up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get you guys to just share with me. Let's get some agreements here, shall we? The first thing is, let's all remember to breathe and have some fun, okay? Because when we're in this learning state, it's pretty important to breathe, right? Especially when we're kind of, in a hurry, like I'm feeling like I'm a little bit, but I will calm down very soon. I really want you guys to get this. Focus on being here. Why do I want us to agree on this? So yes, Trevor, I focus on being here. Yes, everyone? Can we all focus?
Trevor.
Yes, Trevor.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, thank
Yes,
you.
Trevor.
The other thing is, turn your stuff off and be involved, guys. Even if I have to mute you, I really want you to get the learning, guys, which is, ladies and gentlemen, to be involved. Because one of the things that I see is, I went and did a presentation the other day to get at a business group, and to get these guys to respond and think and answer. They're stuck, we get stuck in this world and our thinking, and it's like sometimes we've got to get out of it. So guys, let's make this really high value for you guys today. So be involved, be engaged, do the exercises. I'm going to get you guys to write some stuff down. We're going to do some stuff together, real simple, but even just for yourself, if you've got a notebook, a notepad, please write this stuff down. I'm the guy that goes and works with businesses and helps them make plenty of friggin' money. So if I was going to listen to someone and take some notes, it would be in this session today, right? Okay, open new ideas and thinking different, okay? Because so often we get engaged and think of doing the same thing over and over, but to open our mind to new ways of doing things can be scary. But I just invite you to open that up today. And I promise you're in a safe room, and I'm going to take care of you guys. Okay, so all good? Yes, ladies and gentlemen? So
Yes,
I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to keep the mic open.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you're all here because you do want some changes, but let me ask you, and thank you to those of you who answered the questions Sonia sent out, and we're going to talk about these in confidence, but what I see in those notes is it looks like all of us in one form or another are dealing with very similar things, right? Which I'll go through in a moment. But are you guys up for some change?
Yes.
Absolutely, sure.
Great. So could it be, let me just check we're in the right room. More clarity?
Yes, Trevor.
More money? Would that be nice?
Yes, Trevor.
Yep.
More sales?
Yep.
Yes, Trevor.
Yes.
Love you, Mark. More clients?
Yes, Trevor.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And what about how to actually feel better about the journey that you're on, that you can actually do it?
Beyond any doubt, Trevor.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
and and anything else, guys?
Trevor, may I say something?
Of course.
I do apologise. I have to leave at 11 o'clock, so I won't be able to hang around for the whole session.
That's okay.
So I just
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. But no, I agree with everything you're saying, and I'll go yes, 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 yes.
Great,
yes.
great. Whose phone's ringing, guys?
Not mine.
Okay. All right. So what else, guys? Who else? Give us some, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Trev?
Yep.
I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this as well, but it just comes back to business people having common courtesy, i.e. that if you leave a message for them, they have the decency to either respond back to you to say, hey, Mark, love what you're doing, love what you can offer my business, but I'm not in a position now. Call me back in a month's time.
Yeah,
as
great.
opposed to you follow them up 5 or 6 times. And also follows on with emails as well, Trev.
Yeah, so getting some change going with how we respect each other, right? And great point. So thanks, guys. So we all agree we want to get some change going. So today, in this next 80 minutes, we're going to work on how you can get clearer on how to get these changes going. Okay, let's continue. Actually, here's a guy who got some change going. Ron Malhotra, guy I work with, financial planner, came to me, wanted to learn how to sell, how to get more clients. One of the things that he wanted to do was to improve his speaking skills. He said, I've gone and done some talks, got some people in a room, didn't get one sale. And I'm really proud to say from the work that we did together, he went and did a presentation and he mastered that skill. 1 year, $326,000. So go, Ron. Okay, does work if you work it. Okay, who wants some results like this? Say after me, guys. I'm going to get you guys to talk if it kills me this morning. Ready? I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
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 I want clarity.
I want clarity.
I want clarity.
I want
I want
clarity.
clarity.
I want clarity.
It's
Trevor.
I
time.
want clarity.
It's time, Trevor.
Time to make a
Okay.
It's
change.
time.
Jeff and Chris and Bill, looks like you guys have lost your voice box for some reason. I don't know what happened. And Jess, but we'll see how we go, right? Okay. If others can, so can I.
If others can, so can I.
Yes, you
If others
can.
can, so can I.
And this is something that you'll want to say a bit later. No
Yes,
way,
I
Trevor. That's just too cheap.
No way, Trevor.
No
That's too cheap.
Trevor.
That's a really good one to
No
remember, right?
way, that's too cheap.
Okay, so should we do this? Let's do it?
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Yes.
let's go. All right, what I'm going to go through is help you get clarity so you guys know in this busy world how to get stuff happening. We're going to have you feel renewed and excited. We're going to get your passion on to take action. And I'm going to teach you and show you how I can handhold you and push you past your fears of self-doubt that stops you from succeeding. Because reading your notes and knowing so many people in business, it is not your skill that stops you. It is your thinker. It's this thing. But it's also knowing how. And I'm going to show you better ways to do things today so you can get the clients, sales, money, and fulfillment that you desire. Okay, guys, the first thing is, while as simple as it sounds, I want you to write this down. You need to make a decision. Now, for some of you, I know you're good decision makers, but where I see the people in struggle is their inability to make a decision. Now, what does a decision look like? A decision can look like, what do you want? What do you really want, right? How much do you want? And one of you in your notes talked about working with your ideal customers and clients and actually working with bigger clients. And what I would like you to ask, what I'd invite you to do is write down who your ideal clients and customers are, right? And how much do you really want to be paid, right? And what do you want to stop doing? You know, what is it the thing that you want to stop doing? Do you want to stop reshuffling paper in your office, or do you want to start making some phone calls? I know that sounds a bit cheeky, but you know what I mean metaphorically, right, guys? And how do you want to start feeling? Now, I want to just add a little addendum to this deciding thing. You don't need to know how to do it. You don't need to know exactly how to do it. If you have got, okay, let's do this, guys. I'm going to get you to do this. I want you to write down, you don't need to tell me, you don't need to tell anyone. Write down what would be double what you're making right now. Double it. Whatever you're bringing in monthly cash flow, double it. And the only reason why I'm going to ask you to do that is I want you to put the figure down, and all I want you to do is feel how it feels. Because I'll share a quick story with you. When I did this, I actually shook and felt sick in my stomach. Can anyone relate to those feelings? When you stretch yourself past what your brain is used to, right? So all I'm saying is, guys, as we go through this morning, I want you to think about what that figure is, because the first thing that I do with my clients, and if we work together, I ask, what do you want? And very often, most people don't know what they want. Do you know what I mean? I had to get clear. I now do this. I have a clipboard that I have on my desk, and here I write and look at every day what it is that I want, right? Because I know we're in a world of confusion, and one of the things we need to do is get clear, right? So write that down. Let's continue. Let go of perfection. Can anyone relate to the feeling of being stopped because of seeking to get perfection? Because more so than ever, you will not make it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be really successful, if you stay stuck in the world of seeking perfection. A good plan implemented is better than the perfect that is never. I hope that makes sense, because I know a lot of people, and really perfection is fear just dressed up in another hat. We want to support you to do things imperfectly. I saw this and I thought, why are you so down? So much of my life has passed and gone. Things I wanted to do, create and become, but haven't because of fear of it not being perfect. This was kind of a similar story I spoke to with a client of mine a few weeks ago. Fortunately, we're pushing him through that perfection stuff. Okay, let's continue. Get ready for the lies. What do I mean? When you start setting a clearer, bigger plan to get clarity and really go after what you want, what could I mean by get ready for the lies? And these are how the lies look. I'm already doing everything that I can. I never could do this stuff. I don't even know where it would come from. I want to make $20,000 a month. I don't even know where it would come from, right? I couldn't make that much money. But you don't know my situation. Yeah, sure, they can all do it, but you don't know my situation. I want to, but I'm just so scared. And
Bless you.
okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. If you want to mute yourself, you're more than welcome. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. I'm just not built. What is it? I'm just not built to self-promote and market myself, is what that's meant to say, right? And why bother doing all of this stuff, because it won't work anyway. This is the lies of the mind that tries to protect us, ladies and gentlemen, from being successful and truly having our light shine. And a big part of the work that I do with clients is to push them past their lies. While their brain's saying, it won't work, I can't do it, I say, this is how we do it. I've trained you, go do it. And they go do it. And that's how we get the shift, right? Okay. Guy who pushed past. Some of you may know Tim. Tim and I worked together, and Tim couldn't even sell a $100 program before we worked together. I taught him how to actually consult and sell and close the sale. He now gets paid $600 per strategy session, and we made over $12,000 from one client in 1 month, because I know some things that he doesn't, and he knows some things that I don't, right? Don't ask me to cook you a nice meal, but ask me to teach you how to consult and sell, and I can teach you how to do that. So Tim's gone and done the work. Okay, what's next? Very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, this might sound a bit interesting and a bit weird, but I learnt that this a while ago. Quite often when we set our goals, it actually is very scary. And I had a girlfriend, she wanted to live in this beautiful home, that we were going to rent and we could afford it. And I'd always lived in 2-bedroom apartments. And when we moved into this home, we both afforded it. It was 2-story, 4-bedroom. We both had our own bathrooms. And do you know, I actually felt really uncomfortable living there for a couple of weeks. Do you know why? Because I wasn't used to it, right? And I heard a guy say once, it's going to hurt for a while living on the mountaintop when you're used to living in your valley, right? So when you go and say, I want to work with bigger clients, I want to get past the fear of asking for money and then knowing how to actually get paid. Imagine when someone one day actually says to you, yep, I do want to pay you that money and it's double what you've been paid for. It's going to sting for a while, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie, and you may have already experienced it. Can anyone relate to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Looks like you guys are intent. Okay. Now, this number 4, point 4. I cannot stress, and I cannot say it any other way. In this business world today, where there is so many ways to do things, there are so many options, you've got to ask for help. You've got to get answers. If you want to grow your business, improve your health, get results that you are currently not getting and you've been thinking about it for a while, I cannot stress enough the importance of getting help and getting guidance. I know for myself, there's a few things. You've got to be willing, and Australians are very conservative. And I know we're not all Australians in the group, but it's like, oh, I'll figure it out myself, or you know what, maybe later. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get some change going, I implore you to reach out and ask for help and be willing to get some answers and support and guidance to go and make the changes. Very quickly, I wanted to go and do some changes to how I position myself and work my business. And I rang Melissa Groom, who I think is on this webinar, and I said, Mel, I need a different perspective. I've got to reposition myself. Some of what I'm doing is not working. I want a different message. I want to help people differently. And we sat down on a Monday morning for 3 hours, and she helped me like I cannot begin to stress, giving me an outside perspective. Now, 3 hours on a Monday, I could have been, you know, out working with clients, doing other things, shuffling paper. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have got some stuff you want to get changed, please write this down. Go and ask the people who've done it already. And the other powerful thing is ask yourself. One of the things that I've realized, and you may remember this or know this or have forgotten this, you have this amazing brain. And I read this book recently, Mastering Your Hidden Self. And in here, he talks about the power of asking your brain for the answers. So if you want to improve your skills, get a better result, say to your brain, can you please tell me, who do I need to speak to? What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Or bring me the answers, bring me the solutions. And for those of you who I know do this, wait and see what pops up. It's powerful. And please remember this, when you do this, the thinker's going to come up. If you start thinking, I've got to go work with someone, or I want to work with Trevor or whoever, your brain's going to go, oh, can't afford it. It won't work. They wouldn't help me. When the kids get back to school, when I fix the gate, I call this, you know, kind of the little devil of failure, the success killer on all our shoulders that we deal with. Maybe another time, you know, I hear it all the time, but the people that do step up, they push past and they get it. So, are you guys all with me?
Yep.
Yes, Trevor.
Listening intently?
Yes, Trevor.
Learning something?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
Totally yes.
Phoebe Greening, she had the monkey on her shoulder. She wanted to learn how to sell and actually become a network speaker. I'm very pleased to say she came up to me at a Terry Cooper event, and I trained her, and she wanted to be a speaker, and I connected her with some networking groups, and she wanted to do 6 speaking engagements, and she did it. We got her speaking. So asking for help, I was really pleased that she did. So it does work. Okay, this is the big one, and I want to actually give myself a pat on the back, ladies and gentlemen. I have been working, I went to university. I studied a business. I did my master's of marketing. And let me tell you, no one in university taught me this. I nailed it. So can you go, guys, go high five, Trev. High five. Okay.
High five, Trev.
Because what I did was I realized, and I'm sure you can all relate, it's one thing to decide what you want. It's another thing to have a plan, right? What is it that we need to do? And I'm going to, in a moment, give you 11 things that I want you to, and I'm going to email it to you. Whether we work together or not, I'm going to email you the 11 things that if you do them and learn them over time, I promise you, you'll have more clients, more money, more sales than you could ever imagine. However, we'll get to that. This here is my base structure that I work with all clients now. I call it my Clarity to Money client business attraction system. And we work through all the business success foundations. I don't want to overwhelm you here, but just to let you know, we've got all the bases covered. We then look at how you market yourself, how you speak and sell and close the sale, how you actually really make more sales with some specific areas of proposals and how you write emails and how you onboard your clients. And as Mark said, be very polite and give great service. So we can talk more about that later, but you've got to have a plan, ladies and gentlemen, to get the result. This is very quickly my plan. My goal was $20,000 a month. I sat down, broke my brain, and figured it out. But if you guys want to plan and we work together, that's my plan that I work with. Oh, okay. So here is an accounting firm just quickly on how you can do your plan. And you guys, if you want to write this down, and I will go through an exercise with you in a minute, it goes like this. And this is where we reverse engineer back. When I said earlier, let's say Jess says, okay, Trevor, I want to make $20,000 a month in my marketing consulting practice. And Jess, you may already do this. We then go, okay, what are we selling? What's her packages? What are her services? And then we reverse engineer it. So an accounting firm I work with, their monthly gross turnover was $22,000. We figured out that the average per client spend was $400. So he needed to be enrolling 55 clients transacting that money. Now, here's the thing. What we did was we put them on a payment plan. So what he was doing was he had them paying annually, so he was getting lump sums. We broke it down into an average of $200 to $400 to $600 a month, so he had recurring cash flow coming in, changed everything. Who would that help? Would that help any of you doing stuff like that? Yeah?
Yep.
Very good. Thinking intently. Thanks, guys. Okay, beauty spa, $40,000 a month they needed. We figured out their average spend was about $180. We worked on the number of sales that they needed to bring in, how many per week, how many per day, and that's where we went to work. And we actually did later train them on how to actually upsell and cross-sell so they could do a few less per day. But then you know what the most important thing was to actually have these guys make it happen?
No? What?
Accountability.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we're going to talk about in a moment is about accountability, because one thing to build a plan, it's another thing to have someone pushing you politely behind your back to make it happen, right? Okay. Yeah, I know how to do this stuff. Thanks, Trev. Okay. That was for me. Kelly Samuels, she's an Arbonne direct marketer. We worked together. She was having a bit of trouble getting clients she was getting meetings, but we worked on her conversion plan, and $9,000, 3 days, because I think it was about $3,000 a package, 100% conversion. So yay, go Kel. Okay, these are the 11 musts. All right. Now, before I get into these, ladies and gentlemen, does anyone, okay, we're doing great time. Does anyone need a toilet break, a water? Does anyone want to have a 5-minute break? We're all good?
No, thanks, Trev.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we do this, I'm just going to ask you guys to do something. I'm going to get you to stand up. I'm going to get you to stand up. Going to get you to put your hands up.
Can you hear me?
Hands up, Amihan.
Trevor, I'm in my car.
That's cool. Well, you just keep driving. Don't you put your hands up or we'll be in real trouble. All right, I want you to take a deep
I'm actually
breath.
at a bus stop.
Let it out. Deep breath. Let it out. Okay, let's have a seat. Shall we continue?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Sure.
before we continue, I want to ask you guys, what's a couple of learnings that you're getting?
If it is to be, it's up to me.
Okay, great. Jess, what are you getting?
Is that me? I don't know if there's two Jessicas.
What's that?
I wasn't sure if there was another Jess. Look, I think it's visualizing and then backing myself. That's the problem.
Yeah, sure. And I'm going to talk about backing yourself in a moment, right? Because the mind can play big tricks on us, right? I know people with the greatest intentions in the world that want to back themselves, and no offense to you, Jess, but tomorrow can end up being the same, right?
Yeah.
The mind's an evil thing to what it can do to try and, well, it's only trying to protect us. What about yourself, Jeff? Anything so far resonating or good reminders so far?
More focus than anything else.
Focus. How true, right? In a world of confusion, one of the greatest challenges is our ability to turn shit off and focus on the most important thing, which is our goal, right? What it is that we're doing and staying focused. But I do believe knowing how to. Anything you want to share, Bill? Can't hear you. I think you're muted yourself. Yeah, sorry, Bill. Got no sound. That's cool. We'll come back to you. Wendy, anything to share, Wendy?
Just do things differently.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
Great. Well, that's a good segue into what we're going to go through right now. You guys can mute yourself if you want. It's all beautifully quiet out there. Okay, the 11 musts. Number one, and I'm going to get you guys to rate yourselves on all of these out of 10. 1 being that you don't do it at all, 10 being that you do it perfectly and beautifully, because what I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, from these 11 things, if you really want to affect your business, you do these sales and marketing things, even if you don't know how to do them yet. I'll tell you how I can help you, but even if you go do it on your own, that's cool, or with someone else. But these are the things that I'm seeing working really well. And it goes like this. First one, you need to know what you're selling. I know that might sound really, really obvious. However, knowing what your true products and service and packages are, once we're clear on that, then we can reverse engineer it. So knowing what you're selling. The numbers, working the numbers. How many, how much? As boring as it sounds, sitting down, we work out how many do you want to work with? What are you selling? Are you selling vitamins? Are you selling your services? Are you selling, makeover services? Are you selling video training, accounting, coaching, whatever it is? We need to do the reverse engineering so then we can know how to calculate your money to come back. Self-promotion. Self-promotion, I've now find is one of the most amazing ways that we can, for a very low cost of time and money, once we know how to do it properly, oh my God, stand out in our industry, be experts and do things that most people just don't do. And I know some of you are already doing this, but if I could help you with anything, ladies and gentlemen, it would be to help you to become even average at self-promotion. I'll give you a quick example. One of my clients, her name is Carolyn. She's a spending planning expert. She teaches people how to get on top of their money. This is what we did. I did one video interview with her through Zoom. I posted it onto my YouTube channel. She posted it onto her YouTube channel. We put it up on Facebook. She's now got all these people commenting and communicating with her. Now, if she calls them and she enrolls 5 people out of the 30, 40 people that have viewed and looked at it, it's 30 grand. Just from one video. However, it's learning to do things differently, right? I get it. So self-promotion, we'll talk more about that later. But video, on your YouTube channel, on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, on your social media, on your website. If you want to stand out and really be noticed in your industry, doing video. Wow gifts. The ability to stand out and have people notice you by sending them little gifts. I've got a client, she is named Melissa. She's got a business called Royal Caskets. She provides wholesale coffins and caskets to, excuse me, I'm just going to mute someone here. She provides coffins and caskets to funeral homes. Now, to get the door open, what I got her to do was to send a little gift, a little card to say, really would look forward to meeting you and talking to you about how I can provide you with my services, and started calling them and got meetings. I'll tell you in a minute what she did, but I think she did $6,000 in sales by sending some cards and chocolates. Okay. Email your database with video, education, value, and offers. Again, doing things a little differently. Any old Johnny can send an email, but to put in a video in your email, I've got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's really helped me improve my conversion rates. And yeah, it's a little hard to do in the beginning. I'll share with you later how I can help you. But even if you can do it yourself. It's not that hard, and it makes a big difference. Network and skillfully know how to get a meeting. This is a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit more knowing what to say when you're at a networking group to get a meeting. But this is a very powerful way to get people to work with from your networking events. To present and get a client, get a meeting and sell. And by that I mean presenting from stage, presenting at a networking group to a little group of people, or even putting on your own little workshop can have a huge amount of leverage and ability for you to work with more clients. And to your database, ladies and gentlemen, Wendy, Jeff, Amihan, Kasha, Mark, Chris, Bill, Jess, Anne, Mel, JJ, I know most of you, and the ones that I do, there is a beautiful opportunity for you to share the knowledge that you all have. Imagine Jess, or imagine, Deb, if you guys got groups together and you educated them, and Jess said, you know what? I'm going to run a little workshop. I'm going to show you all how to improve your social media profiling, how to do this, that, and the other more effectively. Come along. You get 10 people, and then she enrolls them into a little program, and they're each paying her $400 a month or whatever, and she gets 10. It's $4,000, right? A little bit of work, but these are the ways we now must do things, ladies and gentlemen. Follow up more than 3 times. I wonder how many people even follow up, right? At all. But ladies and gentlemen, fortune is in the follow-up. And if you can follow up with your wow gifts by sending something first and then giving them a call, it's a little bit of bribery, but I tell you it works. I met with Bendigo Bank about going in and talking to them about doing training with them, and he wasn't answering the call, this, that, and the other. I sent him some chocolates and a card. I said, Tony, it was great to meet you. Really looking forward to working with you. I'll give you, let's speak soon. You have a great day, Trevor. Guess what I got? I got an email. And on Monday, I got another email saying, Trevor, I sent another email, third email, and said to him, Tony, I'm going to unmute you guys so I need to hear you guys. And then I said, Tony, if Bendigo Bank is still looking at ways to stand out in the banking industry, have your team become more skilled in actually generating their own customers into the bank, it'd be a pleasure to have a chat. Look forward to hearing from you. And he emailed me Monday. Now that's 3 contacts and 1 gift, and we're going to speak later today. Now my goal is, I'm taking Bendigo Bank on a journey, right? Now, for me, as a business coach strategist, would it be nice for me to have Bendigo Bank as a client?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please. And but if it's easy in the beginning, it's hard at the end. if it's hard in the beginning, it's easy at the end, right? And a lot of us go for smaller clients, and no offense to smaller clients because small is sweet, but on the odd occasion, if we can really find our courage and go for the bigger ones, it can take a bit longer, but the payoff can be so much more beautiful while we're doing the small stuff, right? Okay, so follow up more. Good gifts, emails. And if you want, guys, I'll send you the little script. It's a really simple email, how to get them to call you back. I'll send that as a gift. Okay, let's continue. You guys learning something?
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yes,
need to
Trevor.
know, and I think it might have been Bill, thank you for your honesty, sir, knowing how to skillfully meet with a client and know how to get paid. Good skill to have, right? Good skill to know how to get people to say, yes, I want to pay you. And secondly, let's go to a proposal. Because very often in our business world now, we want to go to a proposal because you can't always do what we do. Like Jeff. Jeff's got a comprehensive marketing service. He might not necessarily get them in the first meeting. However, if he can write a proposal that has them really want them to come and work with him, it's a beautiful thing. I'll talk to you later about how to make a proposal work. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, actually, that went way fast. Know what you're selling, know the numbers, embrace self-promotion, start sending wow gifts, love your database, start communicating to them and giving them value, network and with skill, present in a way that has people get meetings, follow up, be diligent, do it more than 3 times, meet and enroll your clients and propose and have them say yes. Are the 11 tips. I'm going to have to mute you guys because someone's talking. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Let's continue. All right. What do we got next? It is this. I'm going to quickly pull up on the board. We're going to work on one of your businesses right now. Okay? So again, I'm going to unmute and hopefully that person who's chatting away will get the hint.
I'm just thinking, obviously, when you go to these investors,
Oh, it's my mate, JJ. How funny.
JJ.
It's JJ. All right. All right. I've muted JJ. All right. Who wants to put their business on the board and help us make the money right now?
Okay, sure.
Sure.
One person.
Yeah, I will.
Chris?
If you want.
Chris? Okay, Chris.
Yeah, or me.
Wendy. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Chris. Wendy, if we've got time, we'll do you too. All right. So, what do you got, Chris?
Sorry, I'd probably focus on Wendy because I'm just about to start a business. So I'm not in that situation yet.
Okay.
Can you focus on Wendy? Thank you.
Sure. All right, Wendy,
Sorry,
what
mate.
do you got?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Okay, tell me what you want to make. Remember we talked about decision about wanting to make or achieve or get something. Can you give me one measurable thing that you haven't achieved yet that you'd like to create? Is it income? Is it clients?
Income.
Income. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, are we in a safe room? We can just share this and be open and honest. It's just money,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep.
What's your figure, Wendy? What's the target?
My budget is 20 grand a month.
Okay.
But that basically just covers, overheads, wages, and
Okay, let's make it
day to day. What I want to do is double that
40.
to at least 40 a month.
Okay. 40K. All right. What are you selling?
I'm an immigration law specialist, so I help people to prepare and lodge visas. So they tend to be one-off. Well, not one-off, but my ideal client, I guess, is a corporate client that has got repeat requirements to use me to help them with visas.
Okay. And what would one client be worth to you on average per annum or per month?
A visa application tends to be done in different segments. I charge per application, so I charge between $1,500 and $2,000 per component, depending on degree of difficulty.
Okay, great. Okay, so And can you do that within a month, the 1,500 to 2,000?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we need? We either need...
So the 20,000 I accomplished, that's not a problem, but it's getting beyond that.
Okay. Now, getting beyond it, is it because of manpower or just lack of clients?
Bit of both. Manpower. I think what my business has been based on referrals only. So what happens is that I get the client. I've got no problems converting pretty much most clients. But then, of course, I'm doing the work.
Of course. So what if we did this? Because what I'm hearing, sorry for butting in, Wendy, I just want to honour everyone's time. What happens with Wendy, and no offense to anyone, this is the world we live in. She's great when the client comes in. She's clearly doing beautiful work because she gets referrals. What we need Wendy to be able to do is have a couple of things that she can turn on and off so more clients come to her, right?
Correct.
Would that be fair to say?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Wendy, this is obviously a 2-minute business growth strategy session. There's only so much we can do. But in this, let me ask you, do you have a couple of things that you know that your clients would want to hear that you can help them with?
A successful visa outcome.
Okay. Okay. And the successful visa outcome are the corporate clients?
Yes.
Okay. So if we got a list together, right, and we got a list of what I call your wish list. Let's say we got 100 of your wish list clients, right? And we put 100 together. And what we did was we sent them a beautiful video email with explaining how you help them and what you can do. And we also sent them something in the mail. That would be a little different, a little something. It might be a beautiful gold envelope. That's something that gets their attention. I mean, we've got to talk strategy, but what I'm talking about is that. But here's the other thing that I see that someone like yourself... Okay, let me ask you. The people that you help visas with, what is their pain?
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. So if you did a video every month, 2-3 minutes, and it became the Wendy Belham How to Get a Visa, whatever we call it, channel, and you did a quick 2-3 minute video that had all the magic words in. Are you uncertain about how to get a visa and come into Australia?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to know how to make the visa application process so beautiful and simple? I've got 3 tips for you. I've got 2 tips for you, right? And then you send that to your database once a month. Do you think that we might be able to get a few more phone calls?
Yes.
Of course. Now, I'm pretty passionate about it, obviously, and I know there's some building, but do you see what we do, guys? If we can utilize these tools, yes, we've got to get a video up for Wendy, we've got to get her database going, but imagine if we just work through that over a couple of months while she's doing her stuff, and then she can turn it on and off. Ladies and gentlemen, what people are now buying is they are buying expert status. That's what people are buying. What Wendy has is expert status, where she takes people from uncertainty to certainty. A bit like this guy named Trevor Russell, I think. Okay. All right. So there's a lot more for us to discuss there, Wendy, but the other thing that we then can do is we can actually do more proactive, you going and seeking referrals. You asking for referrals. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple of things. And ladies and gentlemen, what I do is, if we work together, I don't get you to do 20 things. We pick 2 or 3 things because I know it can be so overwhelming. We pick 2 or 3 things because I know so often, like for me, I speak and I do online videos. That's how I get my clients. Speak and do videos, and now obviously lead to a webinar, but really simple stuff, right? We're small business owners generally, can't do too much. But anyway, Wendy, does that help you get you thinking a bit more?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Is there anything you wanted to say before I continue?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, in the past it's been, this constant bad habit, which I think it's become a bad habit of, and I relate to that word you said, trying to achieve perfectionism. Getting a client, loving them to pieces, doing it perfectly, and so you love them to death, but then whilst you're loving your client and doing the work, you're not working on the repeat business coming in. So it's this constant hand to mouth type of thing that happens, and I really want to, that's my pain point.
Yeah.
And I really want to change that.
Yeah, great. And look, I've put a little program obviously for you guys at the end, and we can have a look at that. And that's a really honest answer. Thanks, Wendy. And I think so often in this whole journey is firstly deciding, making sure that we know what we're doing. And very often, whether it's me or whoever, or you got an accountability buddy or a business partner, it's having people get you to stay accountable and do the things that you're not used to doing until you master it. And I would have all of you, whatever you do, is allocate some time in your week to actually work on the marketing and sales side of your business, and also knowing how. And we've given you plenty here so far. But Wendy, we can talk more, but let's continue. Okay? Now, for all of you, I hope that's got you thinking, but there is a way, is what I'm really saying. Who's sneezing? Is it Debbie? Hello?
Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Okay. All right. So ladies, here's a perfect example. Mark Cullen, he's so attractive, he didn't want his photo put up, so I've just put his logo. Mark Cullen's got a risk management service. Now, Mark was in a very similar situation to Wendy, doing the same thing. Now, we just worked on 4 areas. For him, it was to follow up some people, to know how to meet them, know how to do a proposal, enroll them. He got one property body corporate company that he had wanted to get for ages, $220,000, one client. And let's be honest, regardless of being proud of that achievement, working with Mark, he was shit scared to make a phone call and follow up. He said, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to upset them. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. My job is to help him feel confident to know what to say and how to do it and how to write it. Okay? So let's continue. All right. This is the big secret, ladies and gentlemen, that I want you to take away from today. The modern form of how we do business in this economy now is giving upfront value before we're paid. So as I said to Wendy, and we just went through, sending what I call wow gifts, where people go, whether they quietly do it or don't do it or really do it, they go, wow, that's a bit different. That got my attention. That costs time and money, right? We're not paid yet. Sending helpful guides, sending a video education, building YouTube videos, doing little things, try us before you buy us, no fee to review your situation. That would probably be a good one for Wendy, where she'd go in her video, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. I'm a really cool modern immigration lawyer, and it is no fee to me to have a chat to you. Because if I can't help you, I'm not going to charge you, right? This is the way we're changing, right? Now, the other thing is too what I call a We Miss You campaign. I have worked with a lot of different companies that have big databases of clients that they have lost connection with. And all I'm saying to them is, let's say they're a beautician, and it's like they send out to people that haven't been in for 6 months or 3 months and just say, hey, Mark, we miss you. You've got such a beautiful, thick flock of hair, and we really want to help you trim that up. We're going to do a free haircut. Come in and reconnect with us, or whatever it is, right? But as quirky as it is, right, guys, a miss you campaign, right? Now, this is going to mean we have to spend some time and money up front. But ladies and gentlemen, if you can embrace giving upfront value and eat the frog a bit, I tell you, and even as Mark said, returning calls, being honourable. There's a lot of people, they're going to go down with the Titanic, I tell you. If people don't move with the times, I'll tell you what's coming. The big salaries are going to go. The packages, you know, all these things in time, it's going to be, we're going to move to a results-based economy. So this is the perfect. Hang on, guys. Someone's talking.
Maybe just want to come to high five first, and then we go to the playground. Okay?
Who is that? Okay. Sorry, guys. Someone's going to the playground. Okay. All right. The next thing is, then we enroll them. It's one thing, ladies and gentlemen, to get them and have a conversation. As some of you have said, Jeff, Kasha, Bill, what is it the thing that you then do to enroll them? You've got to have a process to enroll them, right? And that's when you get paid. Okay. And the good thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we have to become a bit more of hustlers. And as Jeff was so honorable in saying, focus, focus, focus. We're moving to the world of hustle, where especially if we're going to be entrepreneurs, to get out and make it happen, right? Okay. So as I talked about, holding your hands, because very often, like I said, whoever you choose to work with, make sure you've got someone to hold your hand, because your frame of reference is going to take you to what you know. And if you want to lead to go to new action, you got to learn to get past these pain level fears, which is the fear of thinking, the fear of deciding, the fear of planning, the fear of emailing and videoing. I've got one beautiful client. I've been trying to get him to set up a MailChimp account and send me an email for 3 weeks, because he's really, Jess is smiling, because it's really scary for him, right? But I will get him to do it. I will get him. The follow-up, the presenting. Okay. So, all right. We're doing really good time, guys. What I'd like you guys to do is just have a consideration of this. Eating some frogs. Why do we call it eating some frogs? Because no matter how much you look at a frog and have to eat it, it ain't going to get any prettier, right? So we have to wake up and change to how we do business. We've got to take care of ourselves and our energy, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play a big game in this world, we need to have the energy and the vitality, right? And it's really up there with my values, but we need to have the energy. You need to decide what it is that you want and need, and you don't necessarily need to know all the steps. You need to be given help and shown what to do, and get a plan going, learn how to sell and market yourself, and accept that it does not have to be perfect, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to send you some gifts, and I'm going to talk to you in a minute about how we can do some work. But I'm going to send you guys some scripts and stuff. But guys, please let go of the perfection thing. It's just fear of not wanting to succeed in another hat. And keep going, guys. Me putting this webinar together, I got to tell you, I had some days where it's like, oh my God, no one will show up. They won't be interested. And look at the beautiful people I've got here. I mean, what our mind does to us is just ridiculous, right? What it does to try and stop us from succeeding. So, do you want to know the good news? Go, yeah, I want to know, Trevor. I'm going to unmute you, kids and all. Do you want to know the good news?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Trevor.
Yep.
It goes like this. Like anything that you already know, Bill, Wendy, Jeff, all your expertise, over time, like most things, it becomes easier. I'm going to give you some stuff that you can study and learn. I'm going to give you a program in a moment that some of you will take on. But I promise you that with time, like anything, once you know how to do it and study it, it does become easier. And if nothing else, you know, if you're going to have to eat some frogs, you can do it just far easier. You know, for me, I struggle too with making calls and doing the enrollments, but you know, it's part of our business. And ladies and gentlemen, unless you really decide it's time to make that a skill that you've got to learn, my concern is that it's just going to stay the same, right? So let's get you to a place of clarity and freedom, and let's look at what we can do. A couple of frog eaters here. Mick Alcorn, accountant. great guy. We taught him how to do some speaking and close the sale. He increased his revenue 50 grand this year, right? Because what I taught him was just how to sell. And those of you who know I've worked with, you know, I'm really passionate about how you sit with a client and consult and enroll them. And there's our Melissa Royal Caskets, 16 grand in 3 weeks, right? Just by following up 3 people and knowing what to say, right? Mick Cooper, taught him to be a speaker. That was a big project. That's not something we do in a day, but 112 leads. Can I tell you a quick story about Mick? This is what fear can do to us, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to unmute you and see what you guys hear about. Mick and I trained together. He did my workshop. And one of the things that all of you that know me is I have you, when you present, whether it's to a little networking group or whatever, that you take people somewhere, right? Because there's only so much you can do in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 60 minutes. If you really want to help someone, I spoke to Mike after we'd done his training, and I said, Mike, so where are you taking them? And he said, oh, I'm not going to take them anywhere today. I'm actually just going to do a nice talk. And I went, what the hell? Anyway, so we quickly changed it up, and we took them to a consultation because he's a financial planner, but we got him to talk on how to have your goals and dreams become a reality, right? So he took them to a consultation. Admittedly, he was speaking at a trading event. We got him on stage at a trading event, or he got himself there. There was 150 people in the room, and he got 112 forms handed back. So now, admittedly, he did a lot of great work on the presentation, but I, you know, really helped him sharpen up the enrollment, and he got some good clients. So it was a good win, good win. I was walking at the beach the other day, and my mind said, is it time to let your why become bigger than your fear? So I just wanted to share that with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've listened beautifully. What I'd like to do is, with your permission, I'd like to ask you a couple of things that you got from today and some things that you're going to go away and do. So let me unmute you guys.
Picture.
Yeah.
So a couple of best things that we've gone through over the last hour so far, guys.
Getting started.
Getting started. How good's that, right? Making a decision. And guys, I've got a program I'll share with you in a minute. And regarding specific sales and closing, I've got some gifts that I'm going to send all of you. But because I know we've kind of kept it very broad stroke, very hard to get in a strategy. But, you know, could it be possible, guys? Could it be possible for you guys to get what you want? You've got those 11 things, right? So I want you to know it is possible. Now we've learned some pretty cool stuff. I've got you guys thinking. Now some of you may be feeling a bit like this, which is, you know, oh my God, Trevor, you've thrown all this stuff at me, right? Well, if you are feeling like this and you want to do some more work with me, I've got a program. Can I share that with you guys and just go through it and show you what it is? For some of you, it might be time. For some of you, it's not time. But I'll show. Is that okay, guys? Can I just go through my program?
Sure. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So what I've done is I've put a Clarity to Money, Awaken Your Riches 6 weeks Zoom program together where we will work and teach you a whole lot of great stuff and get really stuck into the scripts and all the bits and pieces, how to do it. And it'll run for 90 minutes. It'll start next week. It's for 6 weeks. This is my not beginner, but this is the real build all your foundation program. And I can help all of you guys. And seriously, like I said, you know, don't ask me to cook your dinner, but if you want to know how to sell and get clients and market yourselves, I'm definitely the guy for you guys. So shall we continue and have a look at the detail? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, guys, you know, as some speakers and trainers do, they put the value stuff on it. Guys, I can't put a value because it's seriously, how do you measure what one client's got and what I've gotten? But the stuff I do teach in this program and I'll give you, I promise you, I will work hard for you to make this work for you if you decide you want to do this with me. So what we're going to do is every week, we're going to go through and help you get clear firstly on what your goals and targets are. And I'm going to do a process with you to help you get past those fear things. And we're going to get clear on your plan. And then we're going to put a whole lot of actions for each of you that you're going to go away and take and apply as part of being part of the Clarity to Money group, right? And then we're going to the next week, we're going to work on how to get leads and clients coming in. We're going to work on your self-promotion, your video, and really how to build your tribe through your database. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that in week 2. Week 3, we're going to go through and we're going to do and teach you your sales scripts. How to sell and consult in this economy without being salesy. And when you go to networking events, what you say, how to get those meetings, I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. And I'm going to send you stuff to study in between. You know, obviously, there's only so much we can do in 90 minutes, but I'm going to give you the stuff that you can use, right? So you can really know what to say and do. And you're going to love this stuff, seriously, guys. So that's week 1, 2, 3. And then week 4, we're going to go and break down and actually role play and do consulting on how to actually get the business to either close the sale or go to a proposal. So that is something that I truly love and changed my life. And then week 5, we're going to go through and we're going to talk and train you on how to run your own webinars, groups, events, and workshops. I'm going to show you and teach you the process that I use and many of the experts use, how to set up your Eventbrite, a meetup. And guys, it's a really cool, fun, simple way that you can start marketing yourselves to do group work. And then week 6, I promise you will be high-fiving and really measuring your results, what you've achieved, what you've learned, and most importantly, and I'll talk about in a minute, week 1, we set the goal of what you want to make and achieve doing this program, and that will be my commitment to help you guys achieve. So that's the 6-week program, and I wouldn't be a trainer and a coach if I didn't have other stuff to give you, right? I'm also going to be sending you a building guide, which is going to be, we'll put the Clarity and Money Planner in there so we know how to build your plan. I'm going to get you guys to all do your profile so we know where your strengths are so we can monetize those. I'm going to send you my money planner for really being more effective in budgeting. The numbers planner, there's an energy stuff I'm going to send you, a marketing matrix, and all my scripts I'm going to send you in between so you can practice and review as part of our work together. I even put a little program together for anyone who wants to get a little skinnier. I'm going to send that to you, right? Because we need energy. And another program by Yapco, I've put into 2 pages. It's called the ABCs to Optimism. Powerful if you're dealing with anxiety and frustration, and a great process that really is very powerful. And I've got a whole lot of other hidden stuff I'm going to give you guys, because you'll find out if you work with me, you get a lot more than what you're going to invest in me, that's for sure. Okay, so if you're going to do this program with me 6 weeks, I will launch it with everyone getting a preparation coaching session with me, where we're going to go through one-on-one on the phone or Zoom, and I'm going to get to know you. I'm going to get to have you ask me all the questions, what you want, what has stopped you, get clarity on your goals so we know what we're working on, and I'm going to help you get committed and organized and focused so through the 6 weeks you guys get the result that you want. You're going to get a book. You're going to get my book. And seriously, I know there's not many readers left in the world, but if you can ever find the energy to read a book, I'd love it if you read this one, because seriously, I've put everything in there and you're going to get that. And I'm also going to send you audio stuff on how to speak, how to sell, and these are audio files that you can listen to on your phone and have me with you everywhere. I am also going to give you my proposals Can't believe I'm giving you this actually. But anyway, I'm going to do it. My proposals on how to get the sale. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I would love to give you this. These are my proposal structure that actually gets my clients and got Mick Elkhorn and all of them the sale. There is a structure to it, and it's how we write things. And I know some of you in copy would get this language, but I'm going to be giving you that as part of this, and I'm going to give you examples of proposals that have got me clients, and I mean, you know, $5, $10, $20,000 clients. And would anyone like one of those? Yep.
Yes, thanks, Trevor.
Yes. Okay. Now, and this I'm also going to do, and it's not going to be for 2 hours every week, but each week for each of you that are in the group, you and I are going to speak every week in between, and I'm going to make sure that you're doing the work, that you're studying, that you're on problem solving to help you guys get the learning, right? So is that all pretty cool stuff? All right. Now you're probably wondering, what's this guy Trevor Russell going to smash me with here, right? Well, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I know what you're going to say, remember? Remember that line, what you're going to say? So we'll do the 6-week training. I will give you the learning guide and all the documents each week. I will prepare you with our coaching session. You will get the book. I will send you the audios and my proposal. And you're also going to get a check-in with me each week. And look, it's going to be 6 weeks. It's $297 a week for 6 weeks. That's it. So this is where you go, oh my God, Trevor, that is so cheap. That is too cheap, right? Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. While you might be thinking, oh, can I do that? What is that? Here's the thing. I'm only taking 5 people. Because for me to do all that work, if you're serious, I can't work with 10 people. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot to do. So if you want to do this, ladies and gentlemen, it's 5 only. And I'll get you to tell me in a minute what your thoughts are, whether you want to talk further or whether you want to do it. I'm just curious, who's interested at least? Is anyone interested? Yeah, cool. Okay, great. Because here's the next thing I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is optional. This is, you can do this separately or you can do it, part of it. It's not included, it's separate. I have been getting asked a lot how to do video. So what I've decided to do is I've put a 1-day get your video confidence up workshop. And it's in 1 day. I'm going to show you how to get in front of the camera, how to look good on the camera, how to do Facebook Live videos, how to do and build your YouTube, how to do your posts, what to say on the video to get viewed. And you're going to shoot some videos on the day that we're going to upload. And again, I'm only taking 5 people for that. It's $497 for the day. All you need to do is bring yourself and your camera, your phone, and I will do the rest for you, okay? Or you can pay that off over for $197 as another service. Again, 5. Now, here's the thing. Regardless of whether we work together or not, I want you to consider this. If nothing else, whether you work with me or anyone, always consider this. If you would invest and do a few $100s for me to help you a week, how many clients do you need? 1, 2, 3? Like, that is the question that I would ask any of you is, if you're going to work with anyone, and if we work together, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first question I ask you, because this becomes my goal, which is if Wendy says, Trevor, I've got to get my income to $40,000 a month, my mission is to break that down for Wendy to get that, right? If Jessica says to me, Trevor, I'm going to do this, my goal is to work with these clients and double or whatever make, that's my goal. So if nothing else, what would you like to achieve? Increase sales, confidence and clarity, upskill with how to market and sell yourself. Seriously, once I teach you this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, you know how to market yourself forever, ever. Get past fears of procrastination and a newfound confidence and motivation. So ladies and gentlemen, is it worth it? I know it is worth it. Some of you will have the thinker going. Some of you won't. So for those of you who do want to do this, it'll be a pleasure to work with you. You're going to get a whole lot of great stuff. So the next question is, I'm going to ask you honestly, and you don't have to do this, guys. You guys can go off and do whatever you want to do, but you said in the beginning you want change. So who'd like to do more work with me? I'm in. Yep, great. Okay, guys. Anyone in? Okay, yep. So those of you, do you have more questions? Like you're curious but you want to talk more? Yep. Okay. So for those of you who have questions, can you just type in your comment, you know, the chat box down the bottom?
I'm on a meeting.
For those of you,
For an hour and a half.
excuse me a sec. For those of you who want to do this, just put I'm in the chat box and I will call you and go through that. For those of you who are curious but have questions, put that in the chat box so I know who to contact and who wants to do what. But ladies and gentlemen, seriously, regardless of whether you work with me or not, as we talked about getting help and I've got you thinking, let's talk about it. Let's determine if we can make you the money and get the result, and both of us can decide from there. It's very easy, okay? So thanks so much, guys. So now what I'd like to do is I've got time for 2 or 3 quick questions before we wrap up. So I'm going to just unmute you guys.
It's got a tripod?
Actually, no, I'm going to mute you. Who has some questions? Let's go. You got me here, guys. Let's do it. Chris, just learning new business. Okay, great. Are you going to run these ongoing? I don't know when I'm going to run the next one, Jess. That's probably fear talking to you. So, guys, you know, the little voice. Seriously, guys, for that money and what you get, you need one sale, honestly. One sale to do it. Now, again, if you want to chat to me, talk to me, guys. We can talk later. Just let me know you want to have a chat and we can talk on the phone. I can help you. So you guys let me know and then we can have a conversation and then we can go from there. So thanks, guys. Wow. Okay, cool. Sounds great. All right. So sounds good. All right. So all right, guys, I'm going to unmute you because there's so many things getting typed here. And if there's any kids, guys, please, 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 for the honour of the other people. Did anyone have any questions, Jess?
I don't think so yet. I got to go over my notes, I think, because I've written a lot.
Yeah. Chris, Jeff, any questions?
No, not at the moment. But as I say, I'm just learning a new business. Whether I proceeded with the business or not, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Great.
I love the content of the webinar.
Yeah. Great. Okay. All right. Good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have expressed some interest, that's great. I'll contact you, and if any of you decide that you want to have a chat and go through this in detail, you can email me. You've got my email. And all I'd like to say is tomorrow going to be the same as today? Because if things are going well for you, that's great. But if you need to learn some new skill and make some changes, I can help you. It's going to mean stepping up and doing some things differently. But it would be my honor to help you. I'll work hard for you. But I'm going to hand it over to you guys. Thanks so much for watching today. And I look forward to possibly working with any of you that are coming to work with me. And you guys go and make a difference. Ciao for now.
Thank
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you.
Okay.